Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. For those who are new here, welcome, take a look around. So today I want to talk about my life as a Jehovah's Witness, or I wasn't baptized but I call it being a Jehovah's Witness, and my life now. And more specifically I want to talk about the question, was I a better person then? Or am I a better person now? And well, it's kind of a hard question because being a good person can be defined in various ways. When talking about good and bad, we talk about morals, about ethics, and I'm not going to go very deep down into the rabbit hole today. I want to compare my old self to my new self, so to say. By watching a lot of XJW videos on YouTube, I've come to the conclusion that people who were Jehovah's Witnesses were very different from the person they are now. And a lot of it has to do with judgment. Because we all know that the Jehovah's Witness religion is very judgment-based. Jehovah's Witnesses like to judge other people for their actions, how they behave, and they like to think about whether or not people have the right heart condition to get into paradise after Armageddon or survive Armageddon. So while being in the organization of Jehovah's Witnesses, I was really judgmental, and sometimes I wonder if that's something that's just, if it's my personality trait of mine, because to be honest, I'm still quite a judgmental person. As a Jehovah's Witness, you actually are being brainwashed into thinking that the Jehovah's Witnesses are good and everything outside of the Jehovah's Witnesses is from Satan, is bad association, people are not moral, they don't have a conscience. Yeah, in the Jehovah's Witness religion there's not much space for a gray area. So something is bad or good, there's no in between. And while I'm very happy being out of the Jehovah's Witness organization, I still kind of struggle to be very open-minded towards people. I see myself as an agnostic atheist, really. Yeah, it's kind of strange that I would judge people by Christian standards, but I still do, really, because I think when it comes down to sexuality, honesty, like being good to other people, yeah, that kind of stuff. And I think living the Christian way, so to say, has a lot of benefits. But one does not necessarily need to be a Christian. Yeah, I realize I find it really hard to not judge people when, for example, someone smokes or uses marijuana, or maybe once used some kind of other party drugs. I do not feel comfortable when people talk about their intimate lives, their private lives. I find it hard to accept people's views when they differ from my own. And I really don't know if that's, that's something from my past as a Jehovah's Witness, or if I'm like that as a person that I'm not really accepting. And sometimes I tend to get kind of angry if other people don't follow my own rules of ethics, my own moral code. But I really try to be open-minded, and not judge people for the things they do. Because, for example, when it comes down to homosexuality, the Watchtower always played these word games by saying, well, we do not condemn the person that's homosexual, but we condemn the sin, so the acts, so the things they do, really. And that's kind of strange, because yeah, it's a logical thing. If you don't have feelings for the same sex, or do stuff with the same sex, you're not a homosexual. So, and if you smoke, you are a smoker. You cannot say, yeah, well, I like smoking, but I'm not a smoker. That's so actually, you are what you do, really. I don't know if that makes sense. As a Jehovah's Witness, you learn the reasons why you should or should not do stuff. So when I was in an organization and people asked me why I didn't celebrate any birthdays, I really couldn't give an answer. So I said, yeah, it's because of my religion. And later on, even when I was out of the organization for a couple of years, I really wasn't able to celebrate any birthdays, because I would feel this kind of guilt, kind of shame. And I always thought to myself, well, I don't need any presents. If I want something, I'll buy it myself. I don't need to be the center of attention. And it's kind of strange, because it takes away your self-confidence. And I'm actually lying to myself, because I really like being the center of attention. I love it. And now, this year, I will turn 30. And I really don't know how our lives will be in a couple of months. My birthday is September the 7th. So hopefully I will be back to normal, although I doubt it. But if things will be back to normal, I'm planning on having a birthday party, because turning 30, it's kind of this big deal, I guess, right? So I guess since last year, I'm able to celebrate my friends as well. People like to be celebrated. Although it's only one day a year, I mean, why not? Why not be attentive to people? So I'm not judgmental anymore about birthdays. I mean, I really do think people should celebrate their birthday if they really want to. If they don't want to, they shouldn't celebrate birthdays. Or if someone thinks it's a burden to go to a birthday, I'm more permissive maybe towards myself to be open-minded about stuff like birthdays. And when it comes to, for example, smoking or drug use, I wouldn't encourage smoking or drug use ever. But I understand that people like to experiment in certain periods of their lives, really. I understand that, although I never really had the need to smoke cigarettes or try smoking marijuana. Also, because I just came back from my power yoga class, I always had this kind of strange feeling about spiritual stuff. And I don't mean the Jehovah's Witness version of spiritual, but the worldly version of spiritual. A lot of quotation marks there. But the Jehovah's Witnesses always are kind of against yoga, because they think that if you empty your mind and soul or something, then you give the devil a chance to take the place of that empty. I don't know how they really describe it, but I talked with this friend about it, and he was like, yeah, yoga, it's kind of, and I was like, there's nothing demonic about it. It's just like stretching, building up your muscles. having fun, like failing, maybe balance stuff. It's not like you're inviting the devil in or something, because I really don't know where that thought comes from. Maybe you have people who just go on a trip to Tibet, Mongolia, I don't know, to like live with the monks and stuff. But the regular, boring white people who go to yoga class, they don't even think about that stuff. I don't know. To me, I think it's a very good opportunity to take some time to rest, to actually empty your head, really, because we all live very busy lives, and it's actually great to take 1.5 hours a week or twice a week to just relax and to not have to think about anything, and just only focus on your body and on your muscles. So that's great. And today we had this yoga class outside. Oh, it was lovely, like among the trees, and there were the sounds of birds singing. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Also other spiritual stuff, like people doing these tarot cards, it's called, or tarot, or hand reading, or people calling in mediums. Yeah, I don't know. I think it just, these kind of people are just frauds. That's just my opinion. But if people can find solace in something like that, or feel good, like spiritually, like why not? As long as you don't harm anyone. And Jehovah's Witnesses always were very afraid of demonic influences. You shouldn't use Ouija boards because your furniture will be flying around in your house, and you can invite the devil in and other demons. And I never ever had an experience with demonic possessions or whatever, because I don't know, I guess I don't believe in that stuff. So although there might be something between heaven and earth, as they say, like strange, inexplicable stuff happening, I really don't like the fear mongering that comes with it. So I really try to appreciate people for the way they are, their personality, their interesting worldviews. So I really can say I do feel like a better person now, although I've become really cynical about some stuff in life. I call myself a nihilist, anti-natalist. I really do stand by those viewpoints I have in life. But yeah, my friends know where I come from. So actually they take me as I am. And I don't know if they think, when I say something that's very black and white, I don't know if they even realize, like, oh yeah, well, she was in a cult, so I know where that comes from. And sometimes they just, they challenge me, keeps me sharp, them as well. And I've actually never seen people as, how you call it, Armageddon fodder. Because I was never like thinking about that kind of negative stuff. Why would you? Cults actually produce judgmental people. There is this us and them mentality. And it's very hard to erase all of that after coming out of a cult. And it can take quite a long time, but it's never too late. So if you're watching this video as a Jehovah's Witness or as a Mormon or coming from any other religion, and you struggle with these things, don't give up. I mean, every day we try to change ourselves, make ourselves better people, but don't beat yourself up because you're not able to change those old views overnight. So it's been kind of a chaotic ramble. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a good time, even though we're still in the middle of a pandemic. Use your brains when engaging with other people. If you want to share your experience about how you were in the Jehovah's Witness organization, how you are now, please let me know down in the comments. I like to read about it. And if you'd like to contact me personally, you can send me an email ditchtheperfect@gmail.com. I gladly read your emails and answer if you'd like. So thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Have a great day.